Hi, welcome to our presentation on revitalizing Woolworths sales performance. So Woolworths is a market leader in Australian retail. It has recently experienced a noticeable slowdown in its sales revenue growth. And this issue arises due to the cost of living pressures, increased customer price sensitivity, and stronger competition in both grocery and discretionary retail segments. So our project applies a structured creative problem solving approach to develop innovative strategies for the business to regain its growth momentum. We will begin by identifying and defining the core problem, followed by the application of creative tools, which are mind mapping and scrambler to explore potential solutions for the business. We then use the decision metrics to evaluate our options and select the most viable one based on our weighted criteria. The ultimate goal of this presentation is to propose a practical and innovative solution that not only restores Woolworths sales growth but also ensures long-term resilience in an evolving retail landscape. Now let's take a look at the sales performance data that prompt this investigation. So in the first half of 2025 financial year, Woolworths reported $35.9 billion in sales, only a 3.7% year-on-year increase. This is down from 4.4% growth in the previous year, which indicates a clear slowdown. In real terms, adjusting for inflation, revenue growth has essentially stalled. Particularly concerning is the performance of Big W, which is Woolworth's discretionary retail arm, which reported a 0.9% decline in quarterly sales. The modest growth is being driven primarily by promotions and deeper discounts, which are necessary to keep customers engaged but put pressure on profit margins of the business. As we can see from the chart, the growth trajectory is flattening. This signals an urgent need for Woolworths to rethink how it engages its customers and drives revenue in a cost-conscious market. So what exactly the problem we're trying to solve? Here's our defined problem statement, which is how might we help Woolworths regain sales growth in a highly competitive and cost-sensitive retail environment where consumers are spending less, seeking discounts, and shopping across multiple retailers. There are several factors contributing to this issue. So first one is the ongoing cost of living crisis, which is driving customers to trade down to cheaper alternatives and limit their purchase. So the second one is about shoppers are no longer loyal to one store. They are cross-shopping across brands like Coles, Aldi, and even Kmart or Bunnies for non-food items. So third is about the operational disruptions. For example, warehouse strikes have cost Woolworths an estimate of $240 million in lost sales. So lastly, although Woolworths is seeing growth in online orders, this shift is leading to lower in-store foot traffic and tighter profit margins due to delivery costs. And all of this point to a strategic challenge. Woolworths must act fast and creatively to stay competitive, protect its market share, and return to consistent revenue growth.
We use two creative tools, mind mapping and Scam, to explore Woolworth's sales challenge. Mind mapping helps us visualize the problem space and generate earlier ideas. Scams then help us refine these ideas systematically through seven creative prompts. This process allows us to move from exploration to three refined, actionable solutions. To begin our process, we use mind mapping to break down Woolworth's sales challenge into five key areas: cost of living pressure, customer attrition, trust and transparency, in-store resource and space, and technology and personalization. Each bench reflects a real issue Woolworths is facing. For example, under cost pressure, we explore ideas like subscription essentials and the price blocks. Under trust, we look at transparency tools and customer-driven choices. This mind map helps us not only generate diverse ideas but also see patterns, gaps, and linkage across issues. It gives us the structure to move forward with SCAMP and refine our idea in a more targeted, strategic way. After generating raw idea from the mind map, we use the Scamper framework to refine and expand it. Each of seven prompts helps us look at problems from a different angle. For example, under substitute, we develop the essential subscription box to replace unpredictable shopping routines. Under Adapt, we create customer-voted promotions, applying power working to make pricing feel more fair and transparent. And under Modify, we redesign traditional receipts into visual trust dashboards to improve clarity and brand trust. This can helps us connect isolated idea into structured innovation. It also laid the groundwork for selecting the three strongest solutions you will see next. Based on our scamper analysis, we developed three final solutions, each addressing a specific challenge Woolworths is facing. First, the essential subscription box responds to cost of living pressure by offering a stable personalized grocery bundle. It helps households plan ahead, avoid overspending, and reduce the mental load of shopping. Second, customer voted promotion and pick build engagement and trust. It allows shoppers to vote on weekly discounts and nominate favorite products, giving them more ownership and a sense of voice in the brand. Lastly, smart wellness syncs shopping, connect health tracking to grocery decisions. It uses wearable data to recommend nutrition aligned items and give feedbacks through the app supporting digital loyalty and wellness goals. These three solutions are creative, feasible, and aligned with both current customer behavior and Volvo's strategic priorities. To decide on our final recommendation, we use a weight decision metric with five criteria: strategy relevance, customer appeal, visibility, brand differentiation, and long-term value. These criteria were selected because they reflect Volvo's key challenges and priorities, particularly cost sensitivity, decline trust, and the need for digital engagement. We applied high weight to strategy relevance and customer appeal, as they are critical to short-term recovery and sustainable growth. Based on the total score, a customer-voted promotion and pick solution achieved the highest score of 282, making it the most strategically balanced and impactful option among the three.
Hello everyone, my name is Chenhua Liu. Now I'll walk you through our implementation plan. And our goal is to bring this solution to life over a 16-week period through a structured and phased rollout. And we've broken the implementation into our four focus areas, defining the scope and timeline, and also developing a work breakdown structure and visualizing the schedule with the Gantt chart. Then, as you can see, to manage this project efficiently, we developed a work breakdown structure for the customer voted promotion and picks, outlining the key phases. We begin with the project setup, including budget sign-off and stakeholder alignment. And then, as we can see next, we move into campaign design, building the digital voting systems and defining product rules. And also, this is followed by a technical preparation and in-store readiness, such as our app updates and staff training. And then we'll run a pilot campaign in selected stores to gather insights before scaling to a national rollout. And finally, we'll monitor rules and refine the program based on customer feedback and our sales data. And each of all the steps we should ensures a smooth and controlled execution. And let's look at this slide. It shows a timeline in Gantt chart form. And as we mentioned before, it's like a 60-week period. Each bar represents a key phase, and the chart shows not just when tasks happen, but also which teams like technical, marketing, and analytics are responsible at each stage. And also, for example, staff training takes place in week 6 and 7, while the national rollout begins in week 12. And we've carefully spaced out activities to avoid overlap and ensure there's time to adjust based on our feedback from the pilot phase. And also, this structure helps us align resources properly and manage the project more effectively.
A systematic risk analysis was used to determine and avert risks to the successful campaign. The primary risk emerging from the initial is negatively affecting the engagement of the users in the voting process, which may undermine the desired outcomes of the initiative. Another key risk is the strain on the backend system during peak time of voting, whereby there is a likelihood of downtime. Scalable code infrastructure, and stress testing before launch have both been suggested as prevention. Thirdly, there is a misalignment between votes held and inventory availability, which may lead to stockouts. Also, the reluctance of the suppliers to adopt flexible discount pricing may hamper the effectiveness of the program. Lastly, the issue of data privacy amongst users may limit the adoption. Compliance with data protection standards and the transparent explanation of the policies of the use of data will gradually trust and contribute from the users. From measuring the effectiveness of the customer voted promotions and picks, there will be three fundamental performance indicators. To begin with, the voting engagement of the customers will be tracked through the numbers of users that contribute to the weekly choice of product. This entails the length of time participation grows and how consistent it has been from store regions. User interaction and relevance of the campaign will be the sign of successful rates of the engagement. Secondly, the conversion rate of voted products will be studied. This entails comparing top voted scale figures with control non-voted items to establish if voting behaviors has an impact on real-life purchases. At last, revenue uplift and margin impact will be addressed. By examining revenue trends, trends in period of campaign as compared to those outside campaigns and also looking at gross profit on promoted products. The business has a way of tracking both financial performance and efficiency of promotions.
To ensure the success and sustainability of our solution, we propose four key recommendations for the Woolworths. So first, we recommend empowering customers as co-creators of the value proposition. By giving shoppers the ability to vote on weekly promotions, Woolworths can build a sense of shared ownership and trust. As scholars emphasize, customer co-creation enhances loyalty and emotional connection. Second, we suggest promoting a digital physical synergy. In-store staff should be trained as promotion ambassadors who not only support the customers but also reinforce app-based engagement, which bridges the gap between Woolworth's online platform and the in-store experience. This aligns with the research findings on modern retail strategies. So thirdly, the campaign must be localized. Using feedback from pilot stores, Woolworths can adapt promotions by location and season to better match shopper behaviors. So finally, we propose offering everyday rewards incentives to customers who vote regularly. This will increase participation, enhance app engagement, and convert interest into purchase. This is an approach supported by the research on the power of social norms and the loyalty mechanism. To conclude, Woolworths is at a crossroads. The current retail climate, defined by inflation, customer budget sensitivity, and digital disruption, demands fresh thinking and bold action. Through our creative problem-solving process, we identify the core challenge within coverage on a solution which stands out for both its practicality and strategic value. And this initiative transforms promotions into a collaborative experience, empowering customers to decide what value looks like each week. It enhances transparency, boosts engagement, and increases perceived fairness. And three qualities essential to restoring brand trust and driving loyalty. But more than that, this solution helps Woolworths shift from being just a supermarket to becoming a co-creative platform where customers feel heard, empowered, and connected. As scholars suggest, this kind of shared value creation is not only the future of retail, it is how Woolworths can lead it. And thank you for your time.